Hello guys, welcome back to the Small Time Critics podcast. Thank you for joining us for another video and audio file, I guess, whatever. But yeah, I'm with the homies today and we got come back.
My guy. I'm back today.
Glad to have you back.
Don't be shy, man.
I'm sorry, man. Happy to be back.
Yeah, Kemi's in the building. Kemi's back. Introduce yourself, man.
Mohammed Hashi.
Yes, all right. And in this video, we're going to be doing the Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania movie review, and there will be spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. So, guys, actually, before we start, guys, subscribe, like, comment, do all of that good stuff, please. Help us out, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to grow this channel, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to be consistent. We release every week, so let's do it. And hopefully in the future, we release way more videos. But
exactly.
Yeah, we're getting there. Cam, I'm going to start with you because you ain't been here for a while, yeah?
Yes,
I've been MIA. I'm back now. I'm back.
Chat to me. Tell me what your overall thoughts of this movie are. Start of phase 5.
Phase 5?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what? I've got issues. I was disappointed.
Yeah.
Overall disappointed. But performance-wise, personally, I cannot knock Jonathan Majors. There was one bit of the movie that like you could throw that away.
Yeah. But
performance-wise, he was compelling.
Yeah.
The rest of it, you could have just told me about it and I'll be happy.
Really?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Hashi, chat to me.
For me, mixed bag.
Yeah.
Mixed bag. I think there were parts of the movie that were really good.
Yeah.
But what brings it down is many kind of major aspects of the story and the way they wanted to tell the story regarding them primarily staying in one place in the actual kind of like quantum realm and stuff like that. And I felt like some of the scenes with certain characters wasn't the best. I think some of the acting performances weren't really that good in this. Some parts of the story are a bit corny, have been already done, but in the Ant-Man kind of trilogy already. Mm-hmm. But yeah, fair enough. A fairly mixed bag. I kind of did like the kind of standalone-ish aspect of this.
Yeah.
In comparison to other Marvel films where a lot of people dislike that fact. I didn't push back on that much, but there were certain performances which really took me out of it. Yeah. But there was, as Kem's already mentioned, one performance that rises above them all in Jonathan Majors, and we'll kind of do a whole separate chapter of that, I'm sure, in this podcast. But yeah.
Yeah, I was super disappointed. I did not like this movie at all, honestly. And yeah, I agree with you guys. Jonathan Majors for me was the absolute best part of this movie.
Yeah.
He was so good in this, man.
Yeah.
But overall, I did not like the movie. I thought the CGI was bad for me. In terms of like environment, it looked good. Like the way it looked like it was creative is what I'm trying to say. The way they made the quantum world look. But I just thought the VFX of it, I didn't like it at all. Yeah. I thought the dialogue was so cringy at times. It took me out completely. Yeah. There was some lines that I was just like, I can't do this, man. Yeah. But some of the acting performances were cool. Some were like, okay, cool, I'm okay with it. Some were kind of like, I do not like this at all. You know what I mean? Yeah. But let's just go through the movie and see how we feel. So we start off with Ant-Man.
Yeah,
Scott going through this kind of like, he's happy. He's not fighting anymore. You know, he's on his like, he's kind of like on tour almost. He's got
quite literally.
Yeah, he's on a book tour and everything like that, and he's explaining like, you know, his life as an Avenger.
Life after the blip, basically.
Yeah, exactly. And then you see Cassie, who is a troublemaker in a way.
Precocious.
I mean, she's trying to help, but she's been being put in jail a lot. She annoyed me. I'll be real with you. Yeah. She pissed me off. This movie,
you
bro.
think she annoyed you? Hey. I had a 20-minute phone call with Kem, basically. Talking about that.
She pissed me off. Like, I was just thinking to myself, cool, you're doing all of these things, and Michael Douglas, Hank Pym knows about it, and Janet knows about it, and Evangeline's character know about it. But what's with all this lying? Like, I don't understand. Like, why have you become this? You went from this cute kid to this this person that just doesn't want to listen. It's just very annoying, and it just I don't know. It just pissed me off, and it was her fault. At the end of the day,
everything was her fault.
Why they were even in this situation. But yeah, we figure out what she's working on and how she's been working on kind of like a almost like a GPS kind of.
Like a map, basically.
Yeah, for the quantum realm to be able to send signals down and back
Yeah.
and whatnot. And then Janet clocks that, hey, this might not be the thing we want to do.
Yes.
Shut this down.
Let me jump in quickly.
Jump in, please, bro.
Go ahead, Cam. Go ahead.
Because look, it hurt my heart. It hurt my heart to watch this movie in some. Bear in mind, so let me give you like an understanding of how it happened.
I wouldn't say it hurt my heart, but I hate you.
It hurt my heart. Yeah.
Goodness me.
So I had to dedicate 2 nights to watch this movie. First night, I tried to watch it. Not saying the movie was that bad. I tried to watch it, fell asleep halfway through. So I had to. No, real talk. So then I had to go back the next night to watch it again, and then I finished it. And the second night, when I finished it, I was thinking, if it wasn't for this podcast, I would not have done that.
Really?
And if it wasn't for to understand the storyline moving forward, I wouldn't have done it. Like, is it Janet?
Janet is the mother.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
Yep.
She was bothering me so much.
Okay.
What is the issue? Tell them.
So listen, chat.
There-
Let me say. Listen, this I wrote this down as a note. I hate the trope of characters knowing something and then you find out about it at the end or the middle of the movie. It pisses me off.
And
man.
also, they were slow playing Kang, like even saying his name.
Yeah.
Everyone saying him. Oh, he's coming.
The crazy thing is that
And then it was one in the trailer.
we've met. It's not even just that. Like we've met a version of him in Loki.
In Loki,
like,
yeah.
we know how dangerous. Just introduce him.
Introduce him. Just
Bring
say
him in,
his
let us
name.
know what
It
is
made no
dangerous.
sense. Like who are they playing with? Who are they
Yeah.
playing here?
Yeah.
They're playing themselves only because
Yeah.
everyone knew
Everybody
who they
knows.
were talking about,
Yeah.
and they're just doing this weird slow play,
Yeah.
even though he's in every single promotional material that came out before the movie came out.
Sure.
But it's not.
So it made no sense.
It's not so much the promotional material. It's the fact that, as you say, this is a sequel to Loki. Yeah, this is moving on from Loki, so we know what he's about. He's been saying what he's about, and he's warned everybody. So for having like a whole hour of the movie saying, "Oh, him," it annoyed me, and the whole transit between the start of entering the quantum realm to the quantum realm and to get into all these places, she could have said, look, I messed up. This is what happened. I helped a guy build all of that. And she's giving him the silent treatment. I'm thinking, like, I'm getting annoyed now. Why are you wasting all this time just to get everybody prepped?
It doesn't make sense.
Let everybody know what we're in for.
Yeah. We're here now. Let's just.
We're in it. So why are you doing this? And then ultimately, guess what? She tells them anyway.
Yeah.
It vexed me. One last thing, yeah. I spoke to Hash about this.
Yeah.
The Bill Murray sort of cameos
Yeah.
is starting to annoy me.
That
There is no need for him anymore.
that literally could have been anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody.
It could have been
And
anybody.
I think the fact that it was Bill Murray, it annoyed me even more. It's like,
The
I've
only-
seen this every time.
The
Like,
only thing I can think of is that, like, because I was trying to look, it didn't look like that octopus thing killed him, but I'm thinking they're probably gonna bring him back.
if they bring him back,
Yeah,
it's
that's
going
right.
to annoy me.
I don't know how, but I imagine he's gonna come back.
It was cute when it was Zombieland when he did like a little
Yeah.
cameo, but I think it's getting a bit played out.
It was kind of. It's not even just played out. I just thought it was pointless to have such a big like. You didn't have to do this. It could have been any actor.
Yeah.
That could have done
Yeah.
this role.
even give him an interesting death.
Yeah,
maybe.
like,
That would have been fun, but they didn't even do that.
Yeah.
and they used him as the guy that like, Janet was kind of having a relationship with.
Yeah,
things
and
like
by the
that.
way, and this goes
I was
into
like, I don't care, man.
and again, this goes into the writing of the movie because, like, these jokes and that kind of dialogue was really, really stale and kind of cringy, and this wasn't needed.
yeah.
It, you know what? It was creatively bankrupt. Yeah.
Mm.
In my opinion, like, you get to a scene, you see Bill Murray. Bearing in mind, yeah. Again, these are. I don't want to put myself saying, I understand, but for the people who have some sort of a creative mind and understand how stuff pans out, movies and stuff like that. So you've got a freedom fighter who used to run with Janet,
Yeah,
and he comes in saying he's got credentials now.
Yeah.
Of course he switched side. Of course
No,
he
I
switched
see what
side.
you mean. Yeah.
How do you not know?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, like, this is terrible.
Yeah.
Like, this is terrible storytelling. Like, of course, like, he's come in saying, oh, okay, I've got credentials now. I'm somebody now.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind, you lot were freedom fighters before.
Sure.
You lot were terrorists.
Sure.
So clearly something's happened.
Sure.
yeah.
and then they don't clock on?
Yeah.
How does she not clock on?
Yeah. It's just
That's
very
why I
strange.
said it was bad.
You're so annoyed, isn't it?
Oh man, shall I tell you why? Because going back to Thor: Love and Thunder, you know how much I hate that movie.
Sure.
Thor: Love and Thunder
Yeah.
done Christian Bale so bad because his performance was brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was in a different movie, basically.
exactly.
It's
the
a
same
similar
for Kang.
situation. I see what
And
you mean. Yeah.
Kang, if you put Kang's performance in an Avengers movie, like I'm talking about where Thanos, that sort of, they would have given him his roses.
Yeah.
Because there were so many scenes that like he had me. It was like I almost felt sorry for him, but then I am conflicted. I'm thinking, okay, clearly you just want to win, and he's got he showed a softer side where he says, look, you just want to see your daughter. I'll make sure you see.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And also, I think just going back to the plot for Mo, I think them having Scott Lang have to basically do a heist again, similar to kind of what he's done in previous films, to get this kind of energy source. I forgot what the actual name is. It multiverse or
I just call it the core.
core or whatever it is. To get that, basically steal that from the like really deep in the quantum.
I'll be
realm.
honest, I love that scene though.
Yeah,
I
I think
really like
him
that
using the
scene.
ants was quite.
No, not the ants. When he went in and they said that you're in like a probability thing.
probability
Yes.
storm.
And he kept on multiplying, and then when they realized we need to save Cassie,
Yeah.
they all worked together
I was baffled.
to kind of do the ant thing and bring him up and stuff like that. I thought that was pretty cool. I like that.
It seemed like it was very simple though. You
It
know what I mean?
was.
I see
very,
what you're
it was very
saying.
surface level.
But look at the rest of the movie.
I know.
But then
That for me, apart from Kang, like anything outside of Kang, that was the best part of the movie for me.
yeah,
That
but
scene
fair
there.
enough.
see, my issue with that, maybe it's just me being silly. That okay, you're in a probability storm. Everyone's saying, "Well, no, I'm the real one. I'm the real one." They get to a point where everyone thinking Cassie, okay, let's push him up. I don't get it.
How is it? Him?
Everybody in that probability storm believe that
is
they're the
Scott.
one.
You have to suspend belief, I guess, on that one.
And then
You have to. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
It should have just been any one of them.
and then to
That's
have the
why
one Baskin Robbins.
That's why I
That's funny, man.
but it's because of the flavors, isn't it? The 31 flavors, and I think there's some sort of correlation to 31 flavors and something else. But
Yeah, good spot,
You
actually,
got
yeah. He's right,
give
he's right.
credit to Paul Rudd there. He had to act all of these different
Yeah.
like emotions and things like that. All of these different people. I thought that was pretty good, man.
Yeah.
But
He did.
I see you. I see you making a face. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Cam.
listen. As I said, I didn't like that because
So let me tell you. Did you think it was trash, or did you think it was like it just didn't do anything for you?
it didn't do anything for me because I've given too much credit to the movie to think, you know what, fair enough. Like cross your I's and dot your T's or whatever it's called?
Yeah.
So make sure you come correct.
Cross your T's
Now
and dot
you're
your
doing it now.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Go.
But no, I'm just saying, it just felt like there was like continuity errors. Like if everybody believes that they're the one, now how does everybody wants to push up the one without, And on top of that, going back to that scene, everybody's fighting against each other. Everybody's trying to save themselves.
Yeah.
Then now everyone's working together.
Yeah.
Similarly with another scene I weren't really a fan of.
I think I just enjoyed it because they all realized they just had one common goal. It's like Cassie. Cassie is the goal right now.
But
you know
again,
what I mean?
I think as Cam has alluded to, very simple,
Yeah.
very surface level.
Yeah.
Doesn't really make sense if you think about it for longer than a minute, kind of thing.
And sorry, last thing. This goes to the point that I think, again, it's another discussion, but I just want to put this one in. Marvel has said they're going to slow down production because it seems like everything they're putting out is visually rush.
There was too much content. Yeah, there's been all of these like articles that have come out in the last couple of years about VFX guys not being,
Paid.
given
Given time.
the enough time to do all of this stuff. The deadlines are crazy and things. That's why, like I said, I didn't like the CGI for this thing at all. Do you know what I mean? And the whole movie was in this place.
Yeah. Can I say one thing?
So,
Can I say one
of
thing?
course.
The way they stole from Star Wars was actually a bit egregious.
Yeah,
Not just Star Wars,
So many other things.
Avatar as well.
Avatar.
but that's a sci-fi thing. though.
But it was
all of these sci-fi movies take from the
but
things.
but Mo, it was so bad.
Yeah.
It was like they were like stealing from like episode 4,
Sure.
like New Hope, in terms
Sure.
of like all the kind of like creatures and stuff like that in the desert. It was just very, very strange. And I think one of the biggest things, and a lot of people have had this issue, and I think it's wrong to kind of like put this all on one person's kind of shoulders, but I think the characterization of Paul Rudd's, Scott Lang's daughter. What's her name? Cassie. She didn't have. She wasn't given like the best tools to kind of give a performance and stuff like that. The whole thing with by the way, the thing which I'm still very, 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 very kind of like perplexed about is MODOK and having Corey Stoll, who was a great character actor of our time.
Let me tell you something, yeah.
Who was Mike Prince on Billions, and him just coming back as Darren. And I believe in the comics, from what I remember, Darren wasn't MODOK. It was someone else.
He is. He's well. There's versions.
There's versions.
One of the most recent is Darren Cross.
Okay, but for me, because I think I've read the previous versions, but
I believe. Wait, no, sorry.
I think I'm right.
That's just Yellow Jacket. I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, he's wearing a Yellow Jacket. So
I think he might be right.
So for me, his whole.
But regardless.
Yeah, it looked very upsetting to me. Like I just didn't like looking at it. First of all, I think that's one thing to say, and I think him basically being like. Basically comic relief.
So I was gonna say that. Do you think he was the comic relief in this
100%.
movie?
He was meant to be that, I guess.
How the hell?
I didn't find it funny.
MODOK?
I didn't find it funny, and that's not what MODOK is to me.
He's a mechanized organism designed for
killing.
I don't understand.
That's what I didn't understand. And him, I think one of the worst scenes in the whole movie is basically, I think Cassie saying,
"Oh, bro, don't get me started." That was the cringiest part for the whole movie for me. Yeah. When I say dialogue was cringy, that was the one for me. When
people in the cinema that I was in the showing I saw were like groaning.
Yeah,
how bad this was. It was so bad.
But I mean, yeah, MODOK. I loved his design with the helmet on. I thought that was cool. Really good. But when he took that helmet off, when I was in the theater,
upsetting to look at.
I was in the theater. Yeah, he took his helmet off, and you can see his stretched out face for the first time. Some lady in the corner was the only one. She was like. And bro, I couldn't hold it. And I just started laughing because it just looked so funny. Like, it was weird. It's like, you know when you like, it's like when you change the aspect ratio of your TV.
Yeah.
And it's like stretched out.
And it was kind of scary because he had like a big face but small teeth.
Yeah. You know, and they tried to make a joke of it, like when they showed the bit of him building him and he had like his arse out and the little legs and things like that. And
again, that was a riff on Darth Vader getting made.
Yeah.
Kind of thing,
and I was just like, this character in the comics is so intelligent, like, and so evil, and you just made him into like, and he is kind of like a sort of a henchman sometimes, but you just made him into such a joke in
and
this.
You made him like a real beta when Kang just like put him in the corner, you know
and his death scene was just.
It was the comic relief, and again, I'm not gonna lie. I would be lying if I didn't say there was some parts of it, that made me chuckle.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
You know, it's not so much. It's not so much him. It's just because of how he was and how he's responding to him. Like he wants to be this. He doesn't want to be Darren anymore. Sure. He wants to be MODOK. Sure. Yeah. So when Scott was like Darren, MODOK, he's like, yep.
He answers him, yeah.
But it's almost like an abrupt, like, yep, okay. And it's like, so get on with it. Like,
it's so silly.
It gave me a little chuckle, but you know when have you seen a kid do something naughty and they're naughty, but it's still funny? You're like, and it gave me that, and I was like, all right, I didn't want to like it, but I was like, okay, fair enough. But as I said, there's so much to it that just didn't click with me.
Yeah, MODOK was very disappointing. I'm kind of upset that we're never going to see a MODOK again.
It seems that way.
It seems so.
Can I ask you two, what did you think about the rebellion, the
freedom fighters? I didn't care for them.
Yeah,
I'm gonna lie, that little jelly baby was funny though.
Yeah,
he was kind of funny too. The way he was running. When they showed them all charging,
I got holes.
And he was just his legs flapping. He's like, I have holes.
For me, the only fun I took from that was recognizing the guy from The Good Place. That's it.
I like him, man. Yes. I'm so happy he got a bag.
Yeah.
I'm so happy he got a bag.
But
man.
You know what? Like,
I just watched Love Life as well. And he was in that.
I wanted him to have more. I wanted him to have more. But like again, you see what the leader of the rebels. What's her name?
I cannot remember.
Again, that's how bad it is. You don't even know.
You didn't care.
You could put a gun to my head right now. I wouldn't tell you.
Exactly.
I wouldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Her performance was so bad. It was so bad. It's like somebody said.
It was very one note. That was the issue.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was bad. I just didn't care for it.
It was one note.
It was bad. Yeah. For me, it was bad.
Fair enough.
I think they said, let me find a henchwoman to play this role. Have you done any acting before? No. Do it.
Jump on.
It's so bad. It's like, oh, that name. Who is that?
And I'll be real with you. When Cassie went up to her and she was like, "Hey, I'm sorry this happened to you," I ain't forgiving you.
By the way,
You've done this now.
by the
Like,
way, Reddit. By the way,
I've still lost so many hundreds of people.
Mo, Reddit absolutely torched the whole Cassie character because of her whole kind of being quote unquote white kind of ally kind of thing, trying to be ally the
Like the
whole
white
time,
savior thing.
white savior complex and all that kind of
I
stuff.
didn't even think
People
about
are
that, to be honest.
dragging the characterization, and
See,
hence the reason why I felt like it wasn't fair on the actor.
yeah.
I see what you mean.
Catherine Newton.
It does seem unfair, like to just be trashing a performance.
Yeah,
because-
trashing a young person's performance.
Because I don't think she's a bad actor. It's just nothing hit me.
Yeah.
Nothing was like, oh wow, that was really well done.
To
Nothing
give her
moved
props, by the
me.
way, she was really good in a movie called Clockbrookers with John Cena.
I've
It's like
seen
a
that.
comedy.
Yeah.
She was good in that
Yeah,
for me
yeah,
personally.
yeah,
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I like that.
So
movie.
she's not the worst actor in the world, but she was bad in this. We have to be honest.
That was underrated comedy of that year.
Yeah, it was a good comedy.
That was
Yeah.
underrated
But
comedy.
yeah, but again, all in all, I think going towards the end of the movie with all the kind of really intelligent ants that were kind of set up by Michael Douglas's character Hugh Pym.
So
And
what
that
did you
whole
not
thing,
think
what
of
did you
that?
think of that? What did you think of that?
Bringing
Kim?
in the ants.
Bringing in that clever ants.
Well,
I thought that.
it felt right.
Yeah.
It felt right. My issue with the whole sort of ant situation was the fact that Michael Douglas was in it. Just non-stop corny lines.
Yeah, they kind of.
I've got your back, babe. Oh, she wasn't you, babe. Get over it, man.
Yeah, no, it seemed like Michael Douglas's character, they gave him more of like a backseat and let him kind of just enjoy.
Yeah, let him
the
get his
scene.
check, innit?
Yeah, just let him get his check. Cause like,
Hey, listen,
for a lot.
that right there, yeah. He look. He just said, listen. He went to the producer. He went to Feige. He said, Feige, I need a residual.
Yeah.
Please,
Oh
just
my
put me in
God.
this. I'm telling you. That's why, because he doesn't need to be in there.
It's funny because most of the movie is just like this, and those tubes.
in that freaking jelly hand thing. And you know the worst thing is, like Hugh Pym's in a really important character.
What'd you
in
just call him?
Very Hugh Pym, not Hugh Pym. Sorry,
I was about to say
Hank
Hank.
Pym.
Yeah,
Sorry,
very important.
Hugh Pym's a BBC reporter. Sorry about that. So that's so weird. So Hank Pym, and but it was funny that Janet kept on calling him Henry, by the way, the whole time.
That's
It
his
was
first
funny.
name.
That's his first. I know.
Yeah.
But I think Hank Pym's a really important character. Like he was one of the first Avengers.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
The Pym particle was
created-
very important.
He created Ultron.
An
in the
invention
comics.
within the Marvel universe, and for him to basically be this weird character, there's a couple of like one-off lines here and there. I don't know. It was just very strange.
I get what you're saying. It's different from like his performances in the first two Ant-Mans.
Yeah.
But I kind of allow it because he's not Ant-Man in this.
Yeah.
It's Scott Lang. So I just kind of allowed it. But I do see what you're saying. I thought the ant stuff was kind of creative.
Yeah.
I thought it was like, because I was thinking to myself, how are they going to bring ants into this?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, surely you have to bring the ants into this
Yeah.
somehow. And the
What
way
did
he-
you think of the final set piece generally? What did you think?
Yeah,
of
just the way he explained it, like, oh, these ants went and just became more intelligent and built this, and then the big fight happens.
Yeah.
The fight in the ship with Kang and Scott, I thought was cool. I like
you're
that.
gonna
He
win, yeah.
was, bro, he was stomping a mud hole on him. He was, oh my god.
It was good.
There was one part of the show of the scene, yeah, where I think Scott punched him, and Kang looked at him like, baby, sweetheart. Oh, like, oh, that was cute. And then he just finished it, bro. I loved it because he literally gave him a face like, oh.
Yeah, but
Oh,
did
that's
you
so
notice?
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they went out their way to show Jonathan Major's arm. They had
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
They had to show his physique.
100%.
Yeah.
He got pumped
No,
up for
he
this
got,
boy.
but look, as I said, look, his performance was so compelling.
So good.
He did his. It's almost like, you know, it's almost like Haaland. He's trying to bring the team. The team's not working. He did his justice, because like there was some dialogue there where he was saying, look, yeah, but I'm gonna spare yours.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Just go. And it was brilliant, man. It was brilliant. He
It
done
was
he
really
done
good.
justice, man. Done
Yeah.
justice. And everyone else, man, I was upset with everyone else. The reason why I didn't like the movie so much, because everyone else let it down, and it's not their fault. It's how it was written. It was for me, it was bad.
Go on, Ash.
I thought at the end they were gonna have Scott Lang and Hope be trapped in the quantum realm.
Forget that, bro. Right before that, I thought they were actually going to kill Scott. I'm not
Yeah.
even joking to you.
Yeah,
I
when,
thought,
when he said as long as we both lose,
I thought Scott was going to die, bro. And
Yeah.
I thought that might have been all right, you know?
Yeah.
Not that I don't like, I actually like Scott's character. But I thought, hey,
I didn't think they were ever going to do that because Ant-Man is in the.
He needs to be. He needs to be in the movie.
But it's just the thing is, my issue with Kang, and I loved Kang, but my issue with it is like the allure of this big villain now is going to be so different. It's not going to be like the Thanos thing.
Yeah.
Because now that we're seeing him so many times and we're going to see so many different versions and have to get used to so many different personalities and different Kangs, am I really going to care about this when it comes to the big storyline?
I'm going to have to push back on that one. Go
ahead.
Okay, reasons why. So again, you have Kang, and it's it's evident for everybody. He's a variant, but the good that I took from the movie, that regardless how bad he is protecting you from a worse Kang, and that happened in Loki as well. Like he already said, listen, you take me on, it's going to get worse for you. And the same information here, because every other Kang has a different, like a different personality or a different vengeance to, like something bad is with a different Kang.
But you know my problem with that is though.
Yeah, go on.
So jumping ahead a little bit to the first post-credit scene, you see the Council of Kangs.
I didn't like that.
So okay, I didn't like that either because so now their aim is, oh hey, this world is kind of like they're learning about us. They're learning about all this multiverse, and we need to go and take them out, kind of thing. Yeah, a team of Kangs doing that, I'm not gonna care as much as opposed to like one Kang.
But then no. So,
you know what I'm trying to say?
So now
the reason I love this Kang is because of his story and how they told it. And the way he acted it out. But having all of these different Kangs who are going to be different, who am I supposed to care about? It's going to be like
Kang
split
Prime?
between all of them.
Can I say one thing? I don't want to spoil anything for anyone.
Yeah.
Again, there is a high chance that they're going to change it. I'm talking based on Marvel, comics. This Kang you're talking about is not dead. Yeah.
I don't think he is either.
No.
Yeah. So Franklin Richards, that's who he is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He's not dead. He's gone somewhere doing something, to a point where now, he's got beef with everybody.
Oh, wait, are you talking about Kang of the movie?
Yeah.
So he's
the big bad.
But he's basically where Scott was trying to revive the core, innit?
Yeah. But
he's in there now.
He is the big bad.
Yeah.
He's the big bad of. Okay,
so you think he's more of a big bad than the three main council?
Yeah, this is my theories anyway.
Yeah.
I don't want to say I know. He is the big bad because that bit anyway with the all of Jonathan Majors doing all that, I feel that was just corny. But
Interesting.
He's the big bad because he's got a gripe with the council.
Yeah.
He'd never had a gripe with the Avengers. Now he's got a gripe with Scott and the Avengers.
Because Janet told him, like, this ain't about the multiverse. You're just mad you lost.
You lost. Yeah. So and he's mad with the council. Yeah. So everything he was doing was to stop the council. He's a very vengeful person. Yeah. So everything.
I'm so glad you said that because that brings me to the end where they bring it back to like the scene at the start where Scott is walking down and then he realizes and he also has like an existential crisis, like, but he said something worse is gonna happen.
Exactly.
And I thought that was pretty cool.
That's why I love the start and finish.
I like that. Yeah.
I think Paul Rudd is a great actor in that way.
Like that.
But I think I really like the Council of Kangs because we got an acting showcase from Jonathan Majors again. For me personally, that's
the only thing though for me.
I enjoyed that, and I also like him in the crowd. The crowd going crazy. I absolutely love that because they're ready to rock in it. All those Kangs, and I enjoyed that. But I think for me, going back to after the battle scene.
Let's wrap this up.
Yeah. Going back to the battle scene at the very end when Hope and Thing ain't there. I think they're gonna get stuck there.
Sure.
Just the way that Hank and Janet were, and then they weren't. They just opened up then another portal.
Yeah, I didn't see the reason for it closing.
Didn't make any
sense. Okay, before we wrap up, because I know we need to wrap up, I just want to put one in. Going back to my point.
Sure.
Continuity. Yeah. Because every time they went into the quantum realm, don't forget there is time dilation.
Yeah.
So the time that they was out.
Yeah.
And the time that she done her tweaky thingy.
Sure.
How long were they actually down there for?
Yeah.
Well, in Endgame, when Scott came back, he said they were missing for 5 years, right?
Yeah.
But for him, it was 5 hours in the thing. So
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I see what you're saying.
Hopefully, the next movie can.
But it didn't seem like it affected anything because that end scene where they were at the birthday and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah, it didn't affect anything.
Exactly. I get what you mean. Continuity issues. It is a problem. Yeah. That's the thing with time travel though, and time stories.
That's what bothers me because I'm big on.
It's tough.
I'm big on science fiction
and
I'm big on physics. Yeah. Everything has to. For me, when you've got a massive team like Marvel, come correct.
Sure. No, I agreed. Real quick, the last post credit scene is kind of like a teaser for Loki.
Yeah.
Is that the Kang? Sorry, what?
Last.
Oh, there was one after the whole credits.
Kemi.
There was two, bro.
Kemi.
There was
Listen, I wanted to get out
Kemi.
so bad.
Oh
Hey,
no!
listen. We got a clip. We got a clip. Love it.
Okay,
Love it.
okay.
And I didn't
love
like
it.
the council one, but that one I did like the second one.
Kemi,
I'm
so you
gonna
don't know.
have to rewatch it. I don't know. Leave it.
No.
Leave it.
Shall we allow it?
Leave it.
We have to allow it.
leave
When are we
it.
going to talk about it again, though?
Leave it.
Leave it.
Leave it. Yeah.
All right, what we'll do, because we're probably going to do a Marvel
Exactly.
video,
Yeah.
we'll show it to you probably on YouTube or something.
I'm
live.
gonna avoid it like the plague. I will not go on YouTube.
This is
And
crazy, Kem.
So
You don't want to see it because you want to see it in Loki?
No.
Oh.
When we come back, then I'll watch it here.
Sure, okay.
So I'm going to avoid it. I promise I didn't see it. So I'm going to watch it
That
here.
is it.
Cool.
That's so you know. There's
All right.
always two
It's
fingers.
fine. I will say this. Listen, guys. I mean, just to wrap this up, I don't want to completely. It's hard for me not to seem like I'm shitting on this movie completely.
Yeah.
I've seen people say this is the worst Marvel movie ever made. I don't believe that
Come
at
on, that's
all.
ridiculous.
Love and Thunder.
Yeah, I don't.
Nah, come
For
on.
me, like Love and Thunder, Thor: The Dark World, like.
Yeah.
No,
Those
Love
are
and Thunder.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you like Thor: The Dark World, didn't you?
Hey,
Yeah,
listen.
you're a weird.
You're quite-
Not today.
But no, listen. I mean, it wasn't the worst. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't see myself really rushing to rewatch this.
Yeah. So
But yeah, I mean, the main takeaway is Kang was just amazing.
Kang,
in
and we're
this.
gonna get more
And
Kang.
Yeah,
Let's go.
and like I know I had my thing of like, is Kang gonna be still the allure of him still gonna be great when he comes back again? But just the way Jonathan Majors is acting it, I'm looking forward to anything he does. So I'm
Yeah.
cool with it. Do you guys have any closing thoughts?
Nope. I'm just gonna have to watch it. Well, I'm not gonna watch it again. I'm gonna watch whatever I need to watch post credit
Post-credit,
here. So it's gonna be fresh reaction.
Yeah.
His
So,
face when he
yeah.
realized.
I didn't realize. I swear down. That's how.
That's
no,
crazy,
that's how bad I wanted to get out of the scene.
I hear you.
Yeah,
I
fair
hear
enough.
It
you.
was a second try.
You said before we started recording, really quick, we're going over time, but you said before we started recording, a lot of people left. Do you think they left because they didn't like the movie?
Oh yeah.
Like how Kem
Yeah,
did?
just like Kem. Yeah,
It must have been
probably.
that.
It must have been that. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that was our spoiler review for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Let us know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when the videos are coming up, and yeah, rate us, guys, please. And we'll see you guys soon. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.